Hello, fair listener. Welcome and thank you for following our journey on metagaming by Rum Propelled Gaming. Fair warning, sometimes we are not safe for work, and others not safe for real life. Journey forth at your own risk. Now let's dive right back into Tarath through the campaign Many Polos. Fuck are you, Craig?
Captain Craig.
That was beautiful. Hitherto, the adventurers known as the Shadow Seekers braved the mangroves of the Witch to the west in the 5th level of Hell. Ruvik discovered during a drinking game with two Etten that the Witch to the west holds 2 keys to the locked door of the Acropolis. Ruvik also learned from the Etten that the Witch of the West mentioned something about a demon inside the Acropolis who she could commune with to escape hell. Ruvik relays the info to Vamira, Mame, and Franklin, who are the only ones conscious at the alehouse at that time. They decide to venture forth into the Witch of the West's mangrove. Carefully picking their way through the swampy ground, the group of shadow seekers are set upon by dire crickets. 6 dire crickets to be exact. The 6 of these large dog-sized bugs swarm Mame, who is carrying a torch while invisible. The hostilities subside with the dire crickets laying twitching dead and a pile of eggs left over from the tussle, in which Mame and Franklin jump into the heap of eggs. Smashing the eggs with gusto, the two feel a burning, itching sensation across their skin. Mame hurriedly retrieves magic mangoes and basil from their satchel to devour. A relieving cooling sensation washes over them as minor scrapes and bites begin to mend. Meanwhile, Franklin tries a different tact and befriends the bugs inside of him in exchange for a sandwich. Throwing up brutally in disgust, Vomira and Ruvik run off into the mangrove. Let's see what happens this time.
Whoa. They feel like popcorn inside me.
Oh, how nice.
And
I was napping during all of these fun activities.
Yeah, that was all just what happened last time. So the last thing that Ash, you remember specifically, you were at the door with Franklin and Thomas Gray Maxim III and Mame, and you had cut down a tree and tried to enter the keyhole that way, and that didn't quite work out for you guys. But I think Flint, the last thing that you remember, so you weren't there during that session, if I remember correctly.
No.
Last thing you remember was actually, oh geez, that's racking my brain here. Let me go back through.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute since Flint's been here.
Hoodlum.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I don't even know where I'm at.
Lost and confused.
Yeah, the last thing
I was here last week, and I don't even.
The last thing that Flint remembers is fighting a giant dwarf that was flame throwing the hell out of the party. That
has been a hot minute.
that was the last time that I believe Flint was along with us. And
last time I was with the party,
yeah, I know,
was
right?
the flowers. I was like, last time I played, I died.
Don't worry, you were saved.
Yeah, that was all the way back in Halloween. Or just
also,
before.
don't worry, we're still in the same spot on the map.
Yep, yeah, you guys are still mostly at the ale house, so
Yeah,
all of that shit happened, but you guys
circling.
are still at the ale house.
Oh my god.
Still in hell.
And that is the case especially for Ash currently, Flint and Griselda, who are all waking up there. And did you get figured out there, Josh? Looks like you're showing up on the bottom of my screen now, too. that you're
Yeah.
logged on, and it seems like you're able to move your character around. So,
Exactly where to move it to or whatever. I'm just like seeing a
oh,
page and some candles and a compass.
yeah, that's exactly right. You're seeing a good bit of stuff on a table. It seems like a table. You're realizing only because of all the stuff that's resting on it, and it's larger than any one that you would have imagined possible. Because you're standing on a map that is easily hundreds of no 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Yeah, almost 3/4 of 100 feet
Oh.
across, basically. And each of these squares are 5 feet, just for your reference. And there's some large dice, some large keys, um, large books, large candles, large money, all sorts of things that are larger than life sitting on this table. And only thing written on the top piece of paper that you're standing on, you kind of read is Tarith, the path unfolds.
Hmm.
And I'm not sure what you're doing with any of that information.
I like this is where I'm starting out.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I'm not messed up anywhere. So obviously I've just woke up and have no idea what the hell's going on, right?
Exactly. You Alice in Wonderland into this point in time. You fell down a rabbit hole somewhere and you have no idea how you ended up here.
Yeah, I definitely partied too hard last night. So Harris, path unfold. So like in my line of sight, I can see that there's another page underneath of it and possibly another page underneath of it with writing as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If this page is that large, then I should be able to read at least some of the writing that's underneath of that third page.
You're looking at it, and do you have your languages that you know handy?
I can look at it real quick.
Yeah.
Arakakra, Abyssal, Aran, Celestial, and Common.
None of those languages match this one currently, so you're unsure what this language even is.
Okay. So I'm on a giant table.
Are you looking in any sorts of directions other than on the table? Doing anything else?
I'm looking towards the candles and um, wondering what might be in the direction beyond the candles.
So if you're looking off to the east side of this area that you're looking at on the table that you're on, you would see
Mhm.
slightly behind them some twinkling lights that would follow up into the sky, and you're looking around and you kind of look up to following that train of thought, and you see that the above you is just this ever expanding darkness with a bunch of twinkling lights that you can only assume is the largest and most profound night sky you've ever seen.
Wow. So I'm on a table in the middle of nothing. Is that basically what you're telling me then? And
As
then
you would perceive it.
stars
Sounds
everywhere.
like. Yep.
Wow. I'm going to try to peel this top page back because it looks like there's a map underneath of it.
There is. You peel the top map up, and if you go to your on the right side of roll 20, there's a little thing that looks like a newspaper almost. If you hover over it, it would say journal, and scroll down to handouts, and this one's actually in Alalopolis, but it should be visible to everyone. And there's a map there called Tarith Globe, Northwest Hemisphere, and that's what you'd be seeing on that particular page as you're peeling it back. so far as the world as we all know it currently.
Okay, I got it. Try to zoom in here.
If you double click on it, it'll make it large.
Okay, I got it. So there's a huge world somewhere, but nowhere in my sight. Right there's out there. I see that. Socrates, Tiddly Sprinkles, Gargant, Athenia, Gargantuum, Metal Mirror, Crystal Tower of Zenith, Babylon, Ruvox Clan, Byzantium, Helmstengrat.
Yep.
Yeah,
Some of the places we know about on Tarth so far. And some of them you might be filling the blank in there for, but
right.
doing anything else on the table?
Um, trying to get this off of here. Really don't know what else to try to do.
So I would say then what would happen in this particular instance too is you're looking at that map, and as you're staring at wherever it is that you found to be home on that map that you kind of recognize slightly, your vision starts to truncate and shrink, and there's just this kind of like focusing in on that point, and you can't see anything else past it. And then eventually that winks out too, and you feel almost as if you're floating in a void for a bit.
Oh,
And then you feel a sudden compression around yourself, and and then a relaxation, and then a sudden compression again, and then a relaxation, and then you feel almost as if there's maybe some other liquids around you, and
it's trying to poop me out.
oh shit, I was at the right spot. Then I zoomed back out again. There we go. And then I switched maps. Should have everybody be able to see some stuff now, I think.
I can.
I can see it's just kind of gray
Yep.
scale.
Yeah, it might take a second to load the map is all. But so the next thing you realize is there's this brilliantly neon purple light ahead of you, and you burst forth into a very gross smelling place that just smells of ultimately death and decay, almost sickeningly sweet, as you land almost on your belly in a you're looking kind of around in a tavern, it looks like, of quite a lot of seedy folks. And you look behind you, and behind you is a floating ghostly form with no real form to it to speak of, other than some floating tendrils around it and a mouth and some eyes that it looks like you came out of the mouth because it is slowly closing to a more normal shape
Oh
behind
man,
you.
that's one
So-
crazy.
I gotta say, Josh, I take great offense to the smell of death and decay description.
Hey, you know, I'm trying to go on other people's regular senses of it, you know. But
all I
I'm sure
all
you're
I
used
could
to
think
it.
of was
You
like,
sound nose blind is all.
yeah, well, when you said like sickly sweet death and decay smell, I was having flashbacks to Zeph's fucking backpack.
Yeah, but you do see Flint and Griselda and Ash, who are waking up also at the same time. This Aarakocra and their wings just out of the ghost's mouth, onto the alehouse's floor. And ale is spelled A-I-L.
No.
And it's definitely a sign or two in the place denoting it as such, as you're kind of looking around.
When I come to, I'm just gonna look over at Ash and be like, holy shit, what? How did we get here?
Yeah, so yeah, I'm looking at everybody and I'm hearing them say that and saying that I have no idea. How did you guys come through this ghost like I did?
Last I remember, I was being strangled by a mushroom or like a flower or something.
And as for Mame and Rarlson, or dang it, I seen Rarlson first. Mame and Franklin, you're standing in the forest watching the other two friends run away that were vomiting into the forest. So you're the only two companions left that went this way.
Oh,
I believe it was.
I kind of look over at Mame. Oh, what where they're going?
You
I
just
don't
hear
know, but in the future, you should not run away from your companions.
Noted.
retching.
Oh, you should eat some willow bark. Maybe like willow bark tea, it settles the stomach. Do you think this witch's house is made out of candy?
It could be.
Well, should we go back or should we go forward and lead with our best foot? Okay. Stick my right foot out of the mud.
I think we should follow our companions because splitting the party's a bad idea.
Splitting the party, I take out my notebook, is a bad idea. Noted. Stay with your companions and don't split the party. That is wise advice.
Only bad things happen when you split the party. All right, so back this way, I suppose.
Yep. Come on, guys. We're going back to the place, and all the little like bugs that were like skittering around the floor kind of crawl back up into my shell. Tickles. Whoa! And I start skipping.
Josh, is this the tavern that like we originally like popped through at?
Yep.
Like from where Loki put us?
Yep.
I'm gonna look around and just kind of make a mental note and like remind myself that like Loki fucked us and like we still need to find him.
Inside the bar, too, just as a reminder, it's mostly filled with dwarves, except for some reason there's a crocodile that crawls past you, Falkna, and curls up kind of in front of the two companions that are still back to back. Kind of looks like they're on the floor sitting.
Oh.
I'm gonna like not even like thinking twice. I'm gonna lean forward to the croc, look into its eyes, and be like, Bob?
You just hear a
I'm gonna kind of nod and pat it on its head and be like, I'll take that as a yes.
it nuzzles into the hand like a cat.
Is it like an overly friendly nuzzle?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Then I'm gonna nod and be like, yep, Bob. Can I look down and see if, like, whenever I was healed or whatever, if, my hand is still, like, gone?
It wasn't gone, if I
No,
remember
but there was
correctly.
no skin on it.
And when you're looking down on it, there is still no skin on it. The bones move
Okay.
fine.
Well, yeah. Okay.
You keep that out of dog's reach.
I'm gonna kind of examine it and shrug and be like, oh well, adds character, and like kind of brush myself off and like get up off the floor. I'm gonna look down. Is Ash still asleep?
I don't know. What you doing, Ash? Are you guys on? Oh, I don't see anything.
It shows they're still in the.
Yeah.
Yes.
My bad.
I just-
No, she's still. I was muted the whole time. I
Oh.
was fucking talking and shit. No,
Ah.
she stepped away.
Okay.
I
I'm
was
gonna
just,
look around. Do I see anybody else in here?
you see Flint over here, who's waking up, and you see Warren across the way with, or somebody that looks sort of like Warren. Maybe you're not real 100% sure if that's actually Warren or not, because they seem to be wearing a top hat, and their top hat is face down, like they're face down on the table. They're not awake.
What fucking name is he going by today? I'm gonna kind of look in like that direction and be like, oh, cool, we caught back up with him. And then I'll just step over Bob and like walk over to Hamilton
Flint,
or Flint, yep. And be like, hey, how the fuck did we get back here?
Your guess is as good as mine. Last I remember, we was drinking away, killing dwarves, and now here we are.
I'm gonna nod and be like, oh, we fought the dwarves already?
Yeah, you don't remember the big mechanical one?
No, last I remember I got killed by a flower.
No.
Yeah, last I remember is fighting a big mechanical dwarf.
Huh,
No.
okay.
Selling top shelf stuff here.
So, what's the game plan now? Where's everybody else?
Yeah, I'd say the next thing we need to do is regroup with everybody. We're too deep in hell to be going it alone.
I see Bob's a croc now.
I don't know how long it's gonna take for Mame and Franklin to walk back to the ale house, because I'm assuming that's where Volmyra and Ruvik went. But at some point I'm gonna walk through the door.
okay, just go ahead and walk through the door. I would say that's what you, as you'd say that, Griselda Mame walks in, and you look back too, and you see now in your different position from where you were, because you were back to back with Ash. Now you see, looking back at Ash too, has a baby on the outside of her in a satchel. Because the last time you remember, she was very
right.
pregnant.
I'm gonna kind of like look at it, nod, look at Flint, and like kind of motion and be like, should you go maybe see if your kid's hungry?
Yeah, sure. Rabba.
If we arrive.
Yeah.
Mime, did you jump in the bugs with me?
Yes.
So we're both head to foot covered in bug juice
Yes.
Oh yeah.
as we walk as we skip gleefully. I skip gleefully along next to you into the tavern.
And
Wow,
you
that
see
was really fun.
Mame walking in, as you recognize, and a turtle. How tall are you, Franklin, by the way?
About 4
I-
feet.
That's what I thought. I kept imagining too.
Adolescent turtle.
Yeah. Skipping into the bar with Mame. Because I don't think Flint or Griselda have met you yet.
I feel
So-
accomplished.
I'm gonna lean over to Flint and kind of nod towards Mama and be like, "Looks like we're still picking up strays, I guess, down here."
I guess.
You know it. Just be careful with this one. He takes everything you say literally.
That's Franklin.
Can I kind of like, can I judge like Franklin's age
Probably.
by like looking at him?
Probably say roll an insight.
Yeah.
And Josh,
He-
for you, I know you're still getting into it too here, but jump in whenever you like. You're experiencing this all in real time, all happening around you. You're probably also very shocked, having just burst forth Falkner from a ghost's mouth. But that's just letting you know.
Josh,
Yeah.
that's a 14.
Thank you. You're quite sure that it is, not full adulthood at the very least. Although you're not 100% on, the full anatomy of a turtle, so you're kind of curious, but you've seen bigger ones,
I'm gonna kind of like look at Mame with like a puzzled look and be like, "Why do you have a child? Are we the babysitting group now?"
Oh, you're camp counselors. I point at my scout's uniform. My dad sent me to become a real man, and well, I came out here, and well, here we are.
About how
As a bug, I pick a bug out of my shell and eat it. Good protein.
I'm gonna
Bartender,
kind of
one tall glass of milk, and then I'll be done. Okay, I'll sit down. Ugh. Hi. Go ahead.
How old are you?
Well, it's hard to guess in the woodland terms. We don't really have ages, but I'm probably, the equivalent of about 13. Your human years, 13, 14. If you're a human, I don't know what you are. Hi.
So Griselda is who's talking to you.
Hi,
So
Griselda.
in front of you, in front of your child eyes, you see a very kind of elvish looking woman, but imagine like a zombie elf, like very very sickly looking, very like pale, like very pale with like green sickly undertones, and like
goodness.
white hair, and just like very like dead sunken in features.
Wow.
And I'm gonna reach my right hand out to give you a handshake, and when I reach my right hand out, it's all bone with just like starting at the wrist and going up, like seared, like I don't know, necrotic looking flesh that like fades into the normal like sickly green skin tone.
Wow. I reach out and I clasp your bony hand with both of mine, shake vigorously. And as I do, all of the little like maggots and like crawly critters from inside of my shell come out and like also go to shake your hand. It was very nice to meet you. I've never met a dead person before. Well, that's not true. When my grandpa died, I saw him, but he wasn't talking like you are.
I'm gonna kind of laugh and shrug, and I'm gonna
Were you bored this way?
pick a
Or
couple bugs off
was it
of my
maybe
hand with my
Maybelline?
other hand and put it back onto yours. And
Oh,
I'm
thank
gonna
you.
look and be like, "Oh no, I wasn't born this way. I died."
Oh, wow. What's it like?
I mean, kind of shitty.
I get that. Wow. Do you just like decompose as like more and more as you age? Are you gonna eventually just to be a skeleton?
No, this was just a work-related accident.
Oh. It seems to work fine. So like, aesthetically, if you want to be a skeleton, you could. That'd be cool.
I mean, maybe.
That would be pretty funny. Just a
You could-
skeleton.
You
She
could
was
get your
using
bones
unOSHA
gilded.
approved spells.
What?
Those-
I said you were using unOSHA approved spells.
Yeah. I wasn't.
Anyway,
The enemy was.
Whoosh, whoosh, unwhoosh approved. Wizard occupational safety hazard. Whoosh.
I'm gonna
Is-
kind of turn to the Arakokra standing here too, and I'm gonna reach out the same hand.
It's still got one or two tiny or creepy crawlies that have lingered that you missed, Griselda, I would say.
I'll pick them up and set them back on Franklin.
oh, thank you.
Try to keep your bugs to yourself.
Oh, of course. Well, I just got them, so I'll teach them proper manners. Would you like a glass of milk? I'm gonna go grab one.
No, thank you. I can't drink.
Oh my god.
Does Faulkner have a response for Griselda's greeting there?
Oh yeah. Hello. What did you say that your name was?
Griselda.
Griselda. Nice to meet you. Interesting that you ended up in this state. You want to tell me what happened?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I know I died. I know I came back. I don't know why I died. Well, no, I know why I died. I don't know why I came back.
Oh, okay.
I was a cleric in my home, and I was at the temple,
Hmm.
and some bad guys attacked, and I died.
Oh, well, that's not good.
But then I don't know, woke up in the ground one day.
Do you want to describe yourself a little, Faulkner, so that everybody knows what they're looking at, other than an Arakroka? I think there's might be more to it from your side. How tall, what color, anything else?
Yeah. Yeah, because it definitely is not how I would have pictured it in the game on the screen.
Yeah, I had that one or a red one to choose from. I can find one that's better for you whenever or if you find one that you'd like me to use, just go ahead and send it to me, and I can work it up too.
Oh, okay. I got you. Let's see here. I actually do not know how I got here myself. Felt like I was being shit out of this giant creature, but that couldn't be what was actually happening. And then ended up turning out that by the time I popped out, I was in front of this ghost, and I'm just here in this tavern trying to figure out everything that's going on. I was just out at a party with my friends, and had a little bit too much and woke up on this giant table. Now I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
Sir, I'm
Ma'am.
watching you. Sorry, I'm yelling
God.
at my dog.
And the other thing that you see, other you're just realizing, Falkna, too, is that around your neck, for the first time, you're realizing you'd acquired some jewelry that seems to be matching these companion or possible companions around you. That is in the shape of a torque necklace on your neck.
You said it looks like a Taurus?
Torque.
Cork?
Torc.
I wouldn't eat your pizza. Somebody licked it.
Oops.
Sorry.
Johnny said sorry.
You're muted, babe.
Because I'm.
It wasn't
crunching, I don't
her.
want everyone to hear
When I
it.
see that you're wearing the same kind of necklaces I suddenly am, do you know anything about these?
Oh, they're from this douchebag, Manny.
Manny?
Yeah, I don't know. He's some fucking ice table god person. He's an asshole.
Ice table god. Yep.
I'm gonna kind of like tap my torque and be like, "You hear that, Manny? You're still an asshole."
Oh, you can lick my asshole any day, Griselda.
Oi, oi.
And that's the response you hear coming from all Torques,
I'm
including
gonna
your
laugh
own.
and be like, "No, Ash is the one that does the licking."
Ah,
Oh.
I forgot about that.
that's
I haven't
right.
followed for long.
Flint will chime in and be like, can confirm.
Hey now, sir. You've got your 18-year prison sentence because of that, so maybe you should calm it down there.
Wait, I thought she'd get rid of that thing.
I'm still
It's a-
holding it. I'm holding it right in front of you.
It's
Yeah.
strapped to her chest.
2 heads.
Yeah. We have a 2-headed son. Aren't you excited?
I'm gonna whip around
Hey.
and like take a closer look and be
I'm
like,
gonna take
"Why the
another
fuck
shot
does it
right
have
as soon as I
two
look at this
heads?"
thing.
Roll Constitution.
Oh my goodness, you're the father? Congratulations.
I'm gonna
Roll
be like,
Constitution
Beautiful.
wait, Ash. Why the fuck does it have two heads?
One head
Yeah.
for her and one head from me.
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is I was being ripped open and this ghost sir helped me give birth. And everybody
too-
got drunk around me.
At the noting of the baby, too, it seems to the baby. Sorry, taking note of themselves seems to start kind of like whimpering, and you can tell from just mother's intuition that they're hungry, and they're about to start maybe crying. In a
patted-
very
Yeah, I
very
patted on his
aggressive
back.
way.
And
Okay.
I go to sit cross-legged on well, I guess I'm just gonna hide under him. But I'm gonna sit cross-legged on top of Bob's back and just whip out a boob and start feeding him. I guess whip out both since there's 2 heads.
You can roll that mothering skill you made there.
Okay.
And
Are you
Truly
serious?
adorable.
Okay. 11. I thought I rolled a 1 for a second.
that would have been awkward. But they both latch for the second time now well enough, and you guys are watching a 2-headed baby suckling at mom at their mom. While Franklin, you turn around and have 2 glasses of milk yourself in hand from one of the ghosts who would come up to you at their request for milk and given you 2 mugs and filled it up with their tendrils just into the mugs,
I
like you'd seen
Walk
before.
up to the group and I hold one out and I offer it to the group at large as we all watch. I say, "Wow, nature is amazing, huh?" Anyway, we were just at a witch's house. We're almost there.
Oh, so you found where the witches are?
Yeah, they live down the way. I don't know if their house is candy yet, so don't ask me that. We'll find out. I'm
So you want a
excited.
house?
Hmm?
You want a candy house?
What if it
Well,
rains?
all the stories that I have read that the witches they always live in candy houses. I just imagine like that'd be nice, you know?
No, they don't.
But what if it rains?
No?
Candy melt?
Yeah.
What?
What if it
Milk?
rains? Candy melt?
Mm-hmm.
Candy melt.
Dissolve in the rain.
Yeah.
Well, I mean they're witches, so I mean magic, right? Like I kind of like do like a little thaumaturgy prestidigitation thing.
They have magic candy houses. Don't question them.
So you make like a rainbow in the air with your hands.
Magic.
Oh.
I've
The
never met a
more
witch in a
you
candy
know.
house.
Dang. That just blew my mind.
Did you guys happen to learn the witch's name?
I'm
didn't
pretty
get that
sure,
far.
yeah. Did we? No?
No, we didn't. We need to go back
Oh.
and maybe we'll find a witch in a candy house. But
That's
if
right.
all signs indicate that meeting the witch will be good for us and our
Yes,
goal.
we
of
need a
getting-
key. A secret key. I look at the new guy and all the other people. You're fine. A secret key. That's what we need. And the witch has it, I think.
I'm gonna turn and just walk up to this random fucking person right
Okay.
here at the bar
Yeah.
and be like, "Hey, do you know
Aye.
anything about the witches that live around here?
Oh yeah. I.
What's her
Wait.
name?
Which one?
The one in the west?
The one in the west."
Aye. That be witch Maria Maleficium.
Oh, I thought this was like a who's on the first situation.
Does this name ring a bell with me, Josh?
History check.
But you.
22.
You. The first name was said doesn't chime, but as this Maleficium is said, you're like, did she die? Somebody killed her. But you know that she was a powerful witch from a long ago. That a lot of the doctrines that you knew of, from especially of the darker nature, were quite commonplace around your area where you were
Doing
studying.
my learning.
Yep.
I'm gonna ask him if he's ever heard of a witch named Talia.
No, I try to stay out of the witch's business as much as possible, but we have to at least acknowledge them around here, the two. Anyhow, just because, you know, we don't want to get mixed up in their sort.
What's the other witch's name?
That'd be well, this is a bit confusing because I think they're sisters, but Saciria Aflam.
Does that ring any bells to me? I could roll another history if you want.
Yes, please.
That's a 16.
Similarly, the first name doesn't seem to ring any bells, but the last name does. But she had more to do with a lot of more natural magics and witchcraft when it comes to nature and the uses of it in medicines and such. And she also was part of a coven with Maleficium, and
If
a third one that you kind of it's kind of at the tip of your tongue, but you can't quite remember the name of her because she wasn't as prolific in the writing circles.
can I roll another history to see if I can remember who killed the witch that we're trying to go see?
Yeah.
14.
You believe it had to do something with some contracts with the less than divine sort, being that of devils and such, because she was in the darker arts of things, and it had to do with some sort of contract she must have made. But the histories weren't too clear, just because it was a mystery almost
Okay.
of how exactly she would have died. They just know that she was strong and she was nearly immortal as far as they were concerned with her powers, until just one day there were some strange markings in her house, you pointing towards devil and hell being involved, but that was it.
Okay, I'm mostly just trying to like kind of remember and see if I can remember if like Talia had any bad blood with them, or if she was on good terms with them, or if she even had any like
No,
interactions with
you
them.
were. Well, I don't know specifically how old Talia was, but I would assume no. She wouldn't
I
have any
never
feelings.
actually put that much thought into it.
Yeah, me neither. In that regard, I've been coming up with all this on the fly. So,
Okay.
I would say, for all intents and purposes, she probably hadn't had much dealings with them,
Okay, good.
especially Zero on the personal level.
Okay. Can we talk about it later? Sorry.
You're good.
So, all right. I just was trying to make sure, like, one, Griselda really wants to find Talia because she just kind of disappeared. But also, like, I don't want to go in to, like, this, like, witch's house and start asking about her, and the witch be like, fuck that bitch! Like, and ruin shit for us.
Yeah. No, I get you. Do you portray any of that information that you've learned?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna tell them, like, hey, so the witch to the west, her name is something that I can't remember.
Nephilim.
Marilla Maleficium.
Maleficium. She, as far as I knew, she died.
Whoa.
But I mean, that kind of
Recently?
tracks that she would be here.
I kind of
Well, I
look
don't
at the dead
know.
person.
We've been down here for a while, and, like, he died when I was, like, newly-ish resurrected.
I gotcha.
I don't know.
So they're not coming back like how you did then.
No. Coming back like I did requires a special kind of magic.
At least you know we won't have to fight her.
So you think our house is abandoned?
No, I'm gonna guess she probably lives there. Considering we are in hell.
That's true.
Did you just say we're in hell?
Yeah.
Metaphorically speaking.
No, literally speaking.
Oh, wait, did we all, are we dead?
Yeah.
Well, I guess we, I guess, you know, I, not including yourself, because obviously I gestures, but.
I mean, I'm not dead. I'm standing right here, but
Undead.
Undead.
Yeah, it's a point
Yeah,
of
did we
contention
die?
of whether we are dead or not. Not
Wow.
that's an answer we're looking to find.
I got it. I think really hard about what I was doing right before I came here.
But yes, we are quite literally in hell. And
Yeah,
I'm
it's not
gonna
so
kind
hot
of
here.
like think real hard and try and remember what level we're in. 9th? No.
No.
What level are we in?
Check our documents.
I'm pretty sure it's 5.
There's levels in hell, huh?
Yeah.
We were
yeah,
in
and there's
3.
no good elevator.
How do you level up?
Just
Oh, the 5th level of hell.
5th.
Wow. Already at level 5. Good job, guys.
We're fucking champions.
So, are we trying to climb? Like, what's the ultimate goal? Are we
Bye.
Oh,
are we
I-
hell climbers?
We have to find
Oh.
sexy Satan.
Oh,
Find sexy Satan. Well, he's got to be at level 69. Got a long way to go.
No, he's on level 68. That way, whenever you're done, you say, I owe you one.
Would you like to go to 69?
Yeah.
Anyway, should we go to the
anyways.
witch's house?
Yes, I think that's a good idea.
We could
I think-
show you the way again, but some of the others got really sick when they got too close. I don't know why. The bugs crawl out of the shell again.
Your little popcorn bugs.
Yeah. Anyway, it's just out there.
All right, let's go.
Lead the way.
I hop off the thingy. I look around and say, wait, hold on. Is it Mibe? You were with me last time too, right?
Yep.
How are your survival skills?
Survival?
I've got a +4. I just want to make sure we go the right way. And
I also
hopefully
have
avoid more
+4.
bugs.
Are you sure you want to avoid the bugs? I have a +4 as well.
Well, I mean, I am fine not avoiding the bugs, but I just worry for the bugs, you know?
That's fair.
Anyway.
The bugs did not come well out of this. Their ending was not well. Okay, anyway. Let's go see.
Yeah.
By the
We both have a +4.
way, Flint, you're just to describe that two-shot situation you'd had before. You're buzzed currently. You have
okay.
you felt the warming liquor that was brought forth from the ghostly tendril in the drink that you had, with a nice kind of cinnamony aftertaste, burning its way down, and you get a nice buzz going.
All right.
You'll have disadvantage on dexterity checks, but you gain advantage on strength base and charisma.
Sounds like me in real life right now.
Is
Ba-doop.
is
I'm gonna put my babies
Ashes
away and put my girls away and follow everybody else.
They seem satiated by the feeding time, and they've the first head nods off before the second head, and it still keeps going for a little while everybody's talking. But as you're wrapping it up, they start to nod off softly as you're rocking them, and you're putting away your boobs.
is
Babes.
Ashes thingy still out here? Carriage.
Yes, the carriage
Yeah.
is still on top of the tree. With a mostly decaying corpse, it looks like, and as you guys do walk out, there is a buzzard just cawing at you, like, "Molly!" and eating what is left of the coachman.
Nature is amazing.
Poor Rothbard, he was so loyal.
He was okay.
So I see Griselda and Mame have made it out, and everybody else is trying to figure out a door. There it is. It's open. Now walk through. There
Got
we
the
go.
gator out.
Holy shit!
I only see gray.
Are they friendly? I hope they're friendly.
It's Bob.
Oh, the Etten that are sitting against the door. Yeah, so there's giant creatures that are leaning up against the tavern, making the wall sort of flex in as they're leaning it back against it in their chairs. But they're mostly still kind of heavily inebriated, you can tell. Of the 2 heads that they have, only maybe, so a total of 4, only one of them is actually seeming to be conscious, and it's only keeping its eyes open as like a watchful gesture, it seems to be like.
I'm gonna look at them and look at Ash and be like, is that what your baby's gonna look like?
I mean, I don't think so, because like one head is obviously changeling, and the other one is water genasi. No, not water genasi.
Asimir.
Asimir, yeah.
Yeah, and of the 2 heads, their eyes both match, their parentage.
Okay.
So I think Flint, you have golden eyes, if I remember correctly, and Ash had kind of a grayish. That was your skin tone. Oh, was that your eyes too?
Yeah, I have like white hair, blue-gray skin, and just gray eyes.
That's right.
It's cool that souls can be created down here, you know? It's not just like an earth thing.
Tarith. A Tarith thing.
Tara thing, you know?
Yep, the magic of creation. Okay, where are we heading?
Mame
Enough of
seems
this
to be
talk,
trying to lead the way. Looks like everybody else is slowly following towards the mangrove to the west. And the chittering is very loud as you guys are approaching, but Mame, as soon as you're crossing into the mangrove, all of the chittering seems to stop. Almost, you're wondering, maybe out of fear.
That's right. Get fucked, bugs.
Hello, friendly bugs. We're just passing through. Don't mind us.
And you do see the pile of eggs off in the distance as you're navigating through the swamp, trying not to step in any of the murky, muddier areas as much as possible, but still occasionally feeling the squelching under and through up to your knee sometimes.
I'm going to turn around and say to everybody, don't touch that. See those eggs there? Don't fucking touch them.
Got it. Will not touch.
Okay.
And some of them are mostly picked over, actually, it looks like, less than when you'd squish them. Seems like some of them had been being carried away, potentially, because they're rolled off to different sides.
Damn it. I thought I squished all of them.
As much as possible. I mean, you kind of got distracted with them burrowing into your skin, I think.
Yeah. All right. So now we're this far. I don't know if there's a path, like if I can jump on these roots. I don't know if I see stairs up to this platform. This looks like a platform in like a house. I don't know if this is a job for Bob.
So what you're seeing visibly in front of you is not actually what's there in this particular case. Franklin.
Okay.
Booping you over to everyone else.
I haven't. I like I said, I can't see anything.
Still?
Yeah, I relit it a few times. It's like I can see the map, but it's all like grayscale, and I don't see any characters or anything like that.
Uno momento.
For everybody
por
else, this is as
favor.
far as we made it. That bug battle is all that happened last time.
Let me.
place is
Franklin,
full
my
of
hero.
Whoa.
Well, I'm gonna do something else too. So taking us over to another map. So maybe that will help too here. And un single moment.
Nope. I just placed myself. That worked.
Oh. So it's just that token that must have not.
Yep.
working.
I can't select that token at all. So
Weird. All right.
pop.
I grabbed.
Here's
I'll
me,
grab
Franklin.
grab that one and all these.
I don't know where everyone went.
Dude. No, come back.
Where are you guys?
I was
Damn.
trying to. I
Oh.
was trying to grab all of you so that I could get you over.
Oh. No, keep moving. Hard to catch.
Stop.
Survival instincts.
He's running.
Bob and weave.
No.
Who's Bob?
Mhm.
And where's his
The
weave?
crocodile.
What happened to his weave?
I think I got you this time. Haha. I just gotta get over to the other map now.
I believe in you.
There we go. Boop. Move the bookmark. You guys should all be seeing what actually is going on there.
Yeah. God.
Meow.
Yell at me,
Oh, interesting.
babe.
Oh fuck me! More flowers.
What's up with the flowers?
I like to
Hey.
eat people.
Oh.
These look different though.
Weird.
Here, hold on. I have proficiency with nature. I'll check my guidebook.
I wonder if the birds will just eat them.
There we go.
Can I attempt to try to identify these plants?
You can. Yeah.
I have a -1 in nature, but let's give it a shot.
Oh, you had a +4.
In survival,
Oh.
which
Yes, please.
I don't have proficiency with, but I do have proficiency with a negative number. Don't know why. Probably should
know.
change it, but that's how it
Oh.
was.
So 11. You don't
Thanks, babe.
completely recognize them. The thing that happens when you open your book this time around is that it just gets a giant warning sign on it. Danger! Danger!
Will Robinson.
Yeah.
Vote,
Guys, I think they're
we-
dangerous.
I vote we send the bug army forth to devour the flowers.
I would. I don't actually have control of them yet, so I'd have to try to persuade them.
I believe. You gotta believe to achieve.
Alright, so I need something to persuade them with. Who's got the tastiest morsel on them? Wait, what are larvae
tastiest
like? They're like
morsel?
rotting things. Who's got a dead body?
As you guys
Griselda.
I'm gonna side eye Flint, and I'm
Oh,
gonna look.
wait.
Side-eye.
So are we trying to
didn't
get
do
rid
that.
of these flowers?
Yeah,
I think just get by them.
they're bad.
as you guys are talking, so visibly what you're seeing in front of you all, just for a description too, is after you got to the edge of the mangrove there, it seemed to dry out a little bit, and there was some roots and rocks that are growing together in a very well coordinated form, it seems like, down into a little valley with these flowers that you're talking about at the base of a tree. And in this tree is perched, almost as if it were grown there, a house that is got a couple flickering lights in it. And as you guys are discussing what to do with the flower, you just see the door of the house up in the treetop fling open, and out comes this flowing formed, just grotesque looking person, you think? Although they do have a very nice dress on, and a light in their arm that they're holding with their arm, and in the fogginess of this basin is yelling across to you before you're heading down towards the flowers. You best not be messing with my flowers!
Hello,
Mom,
ma'am.
it's gonna yell back. Are your flowers gonna mess with us?
They'd eat you straight flat in 5 minutes!
Can you tell
Can
them
they
not
not
to
do
do that? Can they not?
What's in it for me?
Visitors.
I ain't like no visitors.
Are
You'll like these
you?
visitors.
Are you? I can't fucking remember her name.
Hold on, I wrote it down.
Melanie.
I wrote it down.
Are you Melanie
No.
Martinez?
Murray Maleficium.
Maleficia.
Maleficium?
Maleficium.
Maleficium.
Who's asking?
We are?
I'm
I
Franklin.
see that, but what's your name?
Franklin.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
The Shadow Seekers.
Haven't heard a fuck about you.
Oh, it's
Your
because
mom
she don't
likes
like
us.
visitors.
That's good, isn't it? Doesn't that mean we're not bad people?
Not necessarily.
What you know about doors?
That I'm trying to get in one.
Which one?
No, dwarves, not doors.
Well, maybe that's the right answer.
That's pretty funny. I've been in one of those. They're not too pleasant. They still curse you, as long as they're alive, at least. Well, dwarves, those are some angry assholes. In both sense of being intimate, I guess. You just might hear a slight mumble of that across the valley.
Mhm.
Good one.
A big magical door we wanted to get through. Right, guys? We're here to see the witch because she has keys to the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Icky.
I'm just gonna shout across and be like, we're trying to find sexy Satan.
You want to have sex with Satan? Is that what I heard?
Pretty
Not
much.
personally.
Yes, that's correct. That's exactly what she said.
If that's what it takes, then yes.
Oh, I can't help you with that. You best be getting on.
What about Loki?
Oh, that asshole? There's so many assholes in this world, it's hard to keep track.
Everyone's got one. What we do?
We were told to come talk to you.
Why,
Yeah, that's right. I don't remember.
Some drunk guy in the bar.
Some
Okay.
drunk guy.
That could have been any one of those assholes. Well, I mean, it's still, what's in it for me to let you over? It's pretty dangerous. Not.
I'm a really good hugger.
We'll
You
be
look
your
like you
best
need one.
friend.
I have a cool skeleton hand you can look at.
Could I
That's true.
open any of you up?
Maybe Bob.
I
Maybe
love
Maybe
that.
Bob. Maybe
How?
Bob.
Maybe Bob.
I don't know who Bob is.
Bob
I'm
would be
gonna
into that.
I'm gonna point to the croc.
Bob's your uncle.
Bob the
Yeah.
Croc.
Is he?
I don't think my uncle's ever looked like a crocodile before, but I've definitely been in one of those. And she points straight across at the three in the middle of the group, it seems like. But I ain't opened one of those large ones, that winged one, or that shelled one before.
Mm,
What does that constitute?
How about
Uh,
a reborn?
a reborn?
We have a two-headed baby. Have you seen one of those before?
Oh, yeah, the Ettins have them all the time. Well, not down here anyways, because reproduction is a little
Yeah,
wonky.
but this one's not a giant.
yeah, what about not an Etten baby?
Oh, that is weird. What, you'll let me open your baby up?
I mean, it's not my baby.
Open them up
I
how?
don't give a shit.
Yeah, what's the opening entail? May we talk about this face to face?
Is this like a therapy thing?
I'm gonna kind of turn to Flint and like kind of whisper and be like, I mean, you can make another one, right?
I got more rounds in my cannon.
Well,
Wow.
you've piqued my interest now, and you see the light in her hand kind of float up into the air, and you see her arms kind of go out into a grand gesture, before she says some unintelligible words and bows, and all of the plants that are wriggling and writhing at the bottom of the canyon settle down for the most part and make a path to the bottom of the steps, it looks like.
These steps or these steps?
Steps.
Oh, okay. Is it like how far is this? Like, is this the
Down.
way down or?
This is a slow path. Oop, I grabbed.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
we're Ash
okay,
and
okay.
Bob.
Gotcha,
Just
gotcha.
excuse me.
All right.
Whoa. Faulkner's fast.
Just flutters down there. Screw
Yeah.
these flowers.
I took the express pass. Sorry.
Fuck this shit. I'm flying.
Yep.
That's what I was waiting for to happen, honestly. But you're still learning how to wing it.
Yep.
Haha.
Haha.
So you
Oh,
get, guys are standing at the bottom of her tree, it looks like. After walking through most of the path of calmed flowers, it looks like right now.
nice flowers. You smell pretty flowers.
Look at the flowers, Lizzie.
As you walk by, one of them slaps you on the ass, Flint.
Hi, my name is
Oh!
Franklin. Hi, my name is Franklin. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Flowers. Buy me dinner.
Franklin, are you just stopping and saying hello to every single flower you pass?
Yeah, of course. They're all individual people.
Ish.
Have you ever talked to a plant before? I saw my dad do it once. He said, Franklin, this is something you have to understand. In order to survive, you have to kill. And to kill, that includes plants. Anyway.
And you guys see her at her balcony when you get to the bottom, and then she backs up, and you hear a door opening. And as you walk up the steps, you see two what look like animated they're puppets almost. They look like people, but they're made of wood for sure, off to either side of the door that
Oh,
she's
wow.
standing just inside of now, with the door open, but she's standing in the doorway, not letting you enter yet, just kind of waiting for you all to gather there. And
Hi, my name is Franklin.
hello. Am I opening you up then, or is it the baby we talked of? Where's that at?
I want to
Oh.
know what opening entails.
Oh well, I'll bring it here. I'll see
Why
what.
Why don't we get in and situated, and then we can discuss who gets opened up or not?
Once I see the baby and explain what it might be, I'll make that decision from here. Thank you.
So I'm guessing we're all just like gathered in this doorway staring at her, and she's like, "I want the baby."
Yeah, standing on the balcony of the tree house, just before the door.
You better pet her.
Yes, Mom.
Reaches out to pet the witch.
No, sorry. Ike's sitting on the couch, and Ahsoka was just sitting in front of him going, "Wah!"
And I'm going to try to convince him that he should go and let himself be eaten by his flowers.
Disadvantage, but you can try to roll persuasion if that's what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. What I roll D20?
Yeah. Yeah, well, you have sorry, yeah. Haven't done this in a while. So you actually have your abilities on D&D Beyond too. So persuasion is on the middle chart, and it's
Charisma +1.
yep, persuasion, yep, and it would be charisma based. And it does look
Okay.
like you have a +1. So you could add a +1 to that first roll that you did there,
Okay, so
which
14.
was 14 plus 1, which would be 15.
Mm-hmm.
So you say that, and she looks intrigued by something. You're not quite sure what at first. Oh, disadvantage. Sorry, I did say that.
It's a big game.
Go ahead and roll it again, is what that means, and you would take the lower of the two numbers.
No way, I got a 14 again.
Nice. That's always the best.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't tell what she's exactly thinking, but she goes, yeah, and why don't you just go fuck yourself? I'll watch.
Nice to meet you. My name's Fakna.
Appropriately. I think we could get along if these terms are amicable. Perhaps we could play a game or two.
How about you let us inside and we all sit down and talk and figure everything out then?
The
Well,
game.
could I see the baby at least first, and not make sure that I'm not being shysted?
Also, you're just
I-
verifying that it's a baby.
I'm
And
gonna
it's got
kind of
two
try
And
to.
not
Who's
just
up
like
here?
a taped on.
Oh, she just
Ball of
wants to make sure
twine.
it's a real two-headed baby.
Yeah.
I kind of turn to her and just like pull the swaddle back a little bit so she can see both heads.
And they're both cooing softly as you do so, because they seem to have enjoyed the little walk down the hillside and into the valley. And she goes, "Oh, well, that is definitely a baby with two heads. Huh. I guess we can come to some sort of terms. I'm going to keep these two around with me, though, if you don't mind. There's quite a bit of you. Here, how many will go? Oh, shite. It's about 6 of you. Come on, boys." And she just taps the two rigid-looking guards on the sides of their shoulders. And they walk following her, like directly behind her, as she follows into the room and says, "You all can come in now." And she says, "We're just gonna meet back right around here." And she's still holding, she left the torch, it seems, or the light that she had floating next to her outside at the doorstep. But the guards, like I said, amble behind her, and one's left behind as she walks around the corner of the wall, making sure you guys all follow, it seems like.
Look to the others.
Oh,
Can everybody get in?
I'm not getting in
Negative.
that.
Nope.
Okay.
nope.
There it is.
Franklin would like to get
I think I
through
made
the
this map
door.
before they had doors, is all. There we go.
Ah,
This is
We
a
tried
nice
just
house.
running at it really fast.
I got you all in there, it looks like.
What is this?
Uh,
antlers.
the the thing that's being
Franklin died.
What?
Oh no.
Did you say Franklin nutted?
Died.
Died. I had a big X
I just
on
looked up
me.
at my screen and he just has a big red X through him.
I heard
Sorry, I was
Franklin
trying to figure
nutted.
out how to flip
Damn.
my character.
Turtle soup.
So
I
you
come
guys
with my old bowl.
walk in with an odd and see an odd assortment of just plant life gathered, it seems like, and dead parts piled up in different areas too. You're not even sure what some of them are. Just kind of haphazardly strewn about, and she says, "Oh, come into the sitting room. It's warmer in here." And the door here is open.
Oi.
Oh.
Gosh, it's not open.
I'm just checking to make sure that everybody was headed that way.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Walking towards the door.
I was gonna say, is she fine with just Bob just walking around her house?
She
Wait.
made no note of care that the crocodile was
Hold
walking
on.
around.
1 second. I want to check something. I check and see, is the door locked? Are we locked in?
You go to try to open the exit door that you just entered in from. you said?
Yeah.
It seems to be locked.
Interesting. Okay, lock it out. Walk through the door.
Can I investigate the markings on the floor here underneath this table from the outside of the circle?
Sure.
Ooh,
I
this
see.
is
Right?
nice.
Faulkner was just like, fuck this, and jumped on top of the table for it. But go ahead.
Are they runes or is it a language?
Definitely runes. You could probably roll either an arcana or an investigation, depending upon your intent.
We'll do Arcana. That's a 16.
So you're looking at it, and you're quite sure at the table, which Miss Maleficium is not sitting at, and is instead sitting at a very comfy chair in front of the fireplace. These runes have something to do with bindings, and past that, you're not 100% sure. Other than that, they are definitely in the blood of something. Written and then inscribed into the floor as well on top of it.
Is the blood dried or is it still wet?
It is mostly dry, but it does look like it's been renewed recently.
I'm gonna kind of reach down and rub my finger on it and kind of give it a taste and see if I can tell what kind of blood it is.
That would
Licoricey.
be you're gonna want to roll an investigation for that one.
Okay.
I was debating between that and medicine, but I think
That's a 19.
So you are relatively certain that it is heavily ironed blood, but you just know that means it's from some sort of
Humanoid.
well, not necessarily even humanoid. It could
Oh,
be
yeah.
from a woodland creature, but it's got to be from a warm-blooded creature. You're sure?
Mm-hmm. I am going to kind of walk back into this corner here. I'm gonna kind of crouch down, and I am going to take my dagger that I have just kind of strapped to my leg and pull it out and kind of just break the outer circle with my dagger, just kind of scratch away just put a scratch through it.
Roll a
I'm trying to do this
stealth is
on
what
the
I was
down
going
low.
to say first. Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Oh.
not dexterous. That's a 6.
She sees you wandering off from the group and says, "Oh, you best be getting away from that circle," as you're taking the dagger out, trying to slowly pull it out of the sheath. you might not be wanting to cross into it, or even touch it, unless you want to become, just a spirit.
Whoa,
I'm gonna look at her
cool.
and like kind of shrug and be like, I mean, I already touched it and I'm fine.
Ah, you touched the blood, it seems. It's fine. As long as you're not, fully in the circle, that's going to be problematic, potentially.
Well, it's a good
How
thing
did you go?
I'm up of that table then.
What?
You, wanting to trade this baby there, madam? I don't know, what's your name, by the way?
You may call me Ash.
And for all intents and purposes, I'm assuming you're fluttering over the table, Faulkner, and not on it.
Yeah.
Even.
Yeah. I'm using them.
That's what I figured. So, Ash, she nods to you and says, that's a wonderful name. How about this there baby you're willing to trade? Does it have a name yet?
It does, and I forget what it is. Enyo,
Mother of the Year, guys.
so loving. Enyo
Franklin, did
and
you bring the
Iso.
milk?
Enyo Iso. She mulls it over kind of, and she holds up a hand, and as the last guard filters in, stands in front of that door, basically making sure everyone's in the room. And the other one, though, that's standing next to her, grabs what looks like a slowly beating heart that's on the table, a large one. You're not quite sure from what, and just squeezes it into a cup and hands it to her, and she starts sipping from it slowly. That sounds like an interesting, and tickles something of my memory here. But I could be doing a trade for something of that. But is that you're just wanting to meet with me for that? I could definitely do that for this service and let you go free. But are there any other questions you might have for me while you're here? Seems like a reasonable deal so far for me.
Do
Takes
you
another
have
sip of blood.
We had heard rumor that you had an overly large key to an overly complicated door.
Oh, you want into the Acropolis? I actually have 2 of the keys. But that's a bit of a pricey thing to ask.
I believe a two-headed baby is very expensive.
It is. But, the price of freedom out of this portion of hell is also very valuable to me.
How about I give you some information about one of your dead relatives?
I don't much care about my relatives. I'm pretty much sure they're all fucking dead.
Well, that's what I
It's
mean.
really sad.
Well, they ain't here, are they?
No,
They
but I
could
get
be.
from them.
They could be alive, still
Well,
up on Earth.
technically, I think I have 2 of them down here with me.
There you go.
I already know about them. The one has gone changed agenda, though. Goes by something or other, I don't remember.
There's nothing wrong with that. I know people who have changed their entire species.
Well, yeah, but she's not a witch anymore. She's now a wizard. Claims to be some sort of something or other that I don't know. It's kind of brought some turmoil to our coven, if you could imagine.
Because you sorry, Lumber, I get it.
Mhm.
But to answer your
Well-
question there, feathered friend, I'm not too interested about my other relatives. They could gone and, done themselves like I told you and fucked themselves, so don't think that's on the table for me.
Yeah, it sounds like you need a little bit of closure with the relative that just changed their gender, though. Sounds like you're having a little bit of a hard time with that.
I don't think so. I can give two fucks what they do with themselves. I was just trying to get out of hell and was hoping they'd help me, but they gone off and said this is their new life. So, you know.
Wait, why do you want to get out of hell? I thought this is where you live.
Well, got a raw deal
think-
getting into hell. I was
I
trying to
agree.
get more power, as one does, you know. And
yeah.
and in my search for power, I'd run across some demons, and they seemed amicable enough. So I'd, made the right decision and traded some things for power, and one of those things happened to be the shortening of my life and my soul into this portion of hell. And I've been here for how many years? I don't even fucking know. What age is it currently?
Uh,
No idea.
what
The age of the turtle.
Uh,
My people will rise.
Franklin's eyes go black.
Slowly.
I rolled a history to remember what age we're in. I rolled 25.
I honestly haven't come up with that sort of information, but let's keep it going. And
The age of
you
Ultron.
Time is a
that
construct.
you know that time as it is has been only recently started to be kept track of. You're only probably the fifth generation since they started keeping track of time, so it's probably been about 500 years since they started keeping track of any sort of time. But you're not real certain because
it's the year 500.
everybody was arguing about months and days and years for such a long time. There are some qualms about exactly what date it is, but the
500 AAE.
You remember that time where we didn't even have years? It was just months. You got too big of a number. We had to start over.
It's year 5.
But yeah, and at the information that is translated, she goes, "Well, it means I've been dead over like 300 years. Fuck."
Great.
That's nothing.
How old are you, Griselda?
158.
Okay, it's only half your lifespan.
Oh my god. You existed before time?
Holy shit.
Oh yeah,
But I don't know. I actually don't know. And this
Griselda
is something I
wouldn't
never
have.
thought about. Would be if I'm 158. I don't know if that's like if I'm 158, like I've been undead for 158 years, or if I am like 158
Wouldn't it just be your
and I
remembered
was
time?
Yeah.
You
So
only
I'm
remember
actually-
Celebrate your
158
death
years.
day?
I would say that it was a strung together of event, like kind of. I thought what you were trying to say.
Yeah,
Ashley,
that's what
is
I was wondering. Is like if I am 158 years old, like from death to now, or if I
Yeah.
just
Remembered-
was.
remembered time for sure. 158 years, I would say.
Yeah. So I actually don't know how old I am. At least 158 years old.
Huh.
But I am definitely older than time. I died 300 years ago, but I'd gone on living for, well, the tracking of time is a new development, for me anyways, and for that first, I don't know, long ass motherfucking time, I was alive before that starting of it, because I died 300 years ago, so I'd been alive at least for a portion of the time they started keeping track of time. That was
So you
stupid. I still think
You've
it's
just
stupid.
been hanging out down here for 300 years.
Well, yeah. What do you do when you're
Yeah.
dead?
I mean, it's kind of
She's
like,
been adventuring.
yeah. Have you not tried to get out of here?
Oh,
You just
fucking
woke-
hell, I
you
have.
just like showed up and been like, yeah, I'm dead. That's cool. And then
Well,
just like
no.
hid out here.
She seems taken aback and is like, I've got 2 of the motherfucking keys. How many of them you got?
I mean, we just got here.
And the question still stands.
Oh, that's a strong word
I mean,
use of
how
the word
long did
death.
it take you to get those 2 keys? 300 years?
Oh, apparently.
And if we just got here, like, not even a year ago, and we've already gotten this far.
What's this for?
We know about the keys.
We're about to keys.
And we tracked 2 of them down.
Tracked. Well, that is mighty presumptuous. I mean, that you know that they're in the vicinity is probable, but have you
You
actually
said you had
tracked them
2 of
down?
them.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So we
like,
tracked
if
them
you have
down.
2 of them and we tracked you down, then
We're about
we've
to have 2
essentially
more of them.
tracked down 2 of them.
Well, now that you found me doesn't necessarily mean you found the keys, and she says
That's
with
true.
a twinkle, and she takes
That's
another sip
true.
of the blood.
Could we have them, please?
I'm
But
sitting
this-
in the chair listening to this banter, and I'm just like kind of like patting my baby's back. And I'm gonna say that Bob's crocodile head is just across my lap, and I'm just stroking his head, just listening to this back and forth.
And
I mean, so I guess what I'm trying to say is, so you have 2 of the keys. You have 2 keys to get into one place. So why do you need 2 of them?
you need all 4.
Where's the other 2?
Well, one is most interestingly somewhere else, and another one somewhere else.
So
But
you
for
don't
that
know.
information, you might have to pay me more.
I mean,
How about
What
we don't
if-
beat the shit out
I'm not
of you
gonna
and you tell us
pay you.
anyways?
So what if we go fetch the other 2 keys, and then with all our keys combined, we'll open the door
We are
together?
Captain Planet.
With the power of friendship? Or like,
We can, with the power of cooperation, right?
Family.
We can get the goddamn door open. I think that's the real goal here.
I
Yeah.
vaguely remember something from like my past life, the children talking about these dolls, and they would always say friendship was magic, but I never understood what they meant.
Well,
I
you know,
think they were shaped like horses.
go ahead and roll me a persuasion with that, Mame.
Apocalypse ponies.
And everyone else can roll the assisted
Apocalypse
persuasion, I think.
ponies.
Oh
That
yeah, I'll
was in the
definitely
discussion.
assist.
I'll roll
I
an
definitely
assist.
will assist.
My persuasion's shit.
If-
My persuasion's pretty up there.
Oh, mine's shit, but I got a 21.
Nice.
14.
Yeah, I got a 0, so thank you.
20.
I'm
Nice.
telling you, I
Nice.
really think
Yeah.
she's gonna bite on the friendship is magic thing.
I just rolled it because I wanted to be part of the group.
You know, you said some stuff. There
Yeah.
was stuff.
I'm helping.
Yeah.
You were. And I think on the note of friendship, she laughs and seems to open up a little bit, especially to the idea that was posed last of Mame's, and says, "Well, you know, since you're such a easy to work with group here, I think I could do something like that. We'd have to set a time and place to be at the door, so that, you know, I'm not being bamboozled or anything. I would definitely be bringing my crew, you know, my plant friends that I've made here in hell."
Uh oh. Did we kill one of her plant friends?
To mention that. We'll just
Yep,
look
all
another
are
time.
welcome.
So So as long as the plant friends are in control, but you have to tell us where the other 2 keys are so we can retrieve them.
Wait. I look at the others.
I will tell you, this is a reasonable deal if you hand me the baby, and I will tell you exactly where they are.
Wait. No, you out of this, you are getting the door open.
No. Out of this, me letting you live, and not, removing you from this portion of hell, seeing as you aren't...
Wait, you can get us out of here?
Yes, certainly, into your afterlives, because this is not your death. You're not dead.
We're not? Oh, guys! Mystery solved!
All right, I'm listening to her just like talk all of this, just like high cocky shit, and I'm like, you really think you can take us all on and just deal with us so easily?
It wouldn't be just me. I certainly have my connections here in the house, and at that, she sets her cup down and just strokes the arm of the chair and snaps her fingers after that, and you hear outside not only the plants coming back to life, but then the puppets that she had as guards animating, and then she leans back over the chair and blows a kiss at the circle of engraved runes on the floor that alight, and under you, Falkna, you see the skull's eyes glow to life, and the that's sitting on the table above the engraved circle, and its jaw open and flap, and you hear a cackling coming from it that's more than maniacal. And you guys also hear some other stompings around in the treehouse. I'm not so sure you'd want to really, take this up a notch if you catch my drift.
Listen. We just want to get out of this level of hell.
And
Okay, we
so
didn't have
do
to be here.
I. And so I didn't
So
either.
why can't we work together here? Why can't we find
We
a solution?
We most certainly are working together. And in my experience, I can do some wonderful things with that baby.
Yeah, that's right. You were supposed to discuss with us what you wanted to do with the baby.
Ah, yes. You see my friend over there? And she points to the skull that you're floating over top of, or hovering rather over top of Falkna. And he goes, "Hey, you bloody fuckers! How y'all doing?"
Oh yeah, he talks. Hi, I'm Franklin.
Has Bob been here before?
Yeah, I was gonna say, does Bob show any recognition when this all starts to talk?
Bob does perk up and look over at him, and at seeing the glowing red inside the crocodile's eyes, the glowing orange that's inside of the skull's eyes on the table kind of twinkles for a second, and he goes, "Hey, Bob, you fucker! How'd you end up in that crocodile?" Obviously, he just kind of goes,
I cast. Where did it go? Speak with animals.
and
I just kind of like scratch his snout and whisper to him. And I'm like, "Do you know this guy?"
And as you're doing such, there is a bit of a flash of orange light in there, and to everybody else, it seems like Ash and the skull have started just talking in crocodile noises, and but you hear behind you, Ash, in crocodile. "Oh, I ain't understood what you said, Bob. I ain't done nothing wrong. What you talking about, Lisa?"
Lisa?
Yeah, that's what he said. And then Bob, ignoring your question, just responds with, "Oh, you." I gotta remember Bob's voice. It's been so long. Jeez.
He's been silent for a while.
Yeah.
Good old Silent Bob.
"Well, you've gone done fucked Lisa behind my back." "No, I ain't gone done nothing like that. She was willing and able. She said you were down to pound with us." Hey, I don't remember any of those discussions. It may have been, though, those damnable thieves guild. They were banging me around a bit during that time. So, I'm sorry, mistress. What was your question?
Just wanted to know if you knew who that skull there was.
Oh, that's fucking Finnegan.
Fucking Finnegan. Wow, that's a really fitting name.
And
Oh wait, I can't hear you. Never mind.
yeah, and he says, and Finnegan says, "Oi, you ain't need no fucking before my name, but I'd gladly take it." Still in crocodile.
I whisper to Bob, and I try to do this silently so that the other skull doesn't hear. I don't know how they hear, but I try to do it really silently, and I'm pretty much just whispering against the crocodile's head, and I'm just like, this witch.
This witchy
This
motherfucker.
witch! She talks a big game. Can she back it up?
Well, if she's got Finnegan on her side, mistress, there's no telling what other your friendships, so to say, that she's made in this level of hell. It seems she's gained quite a bit of power.
But we have you, Bob. Doesn't that mean we have just as much power?
I appreciate the sentiment. I do, but I don't think she's been. I mean, just from the time frame alone, I've heard some things, and she's rather infamous. If you catch my drift, I think Finnegan did ask me over one time for some interesting side quests, if you catch my drift. But
I'm
she's
interested
not
in
really
these
my
side quests.
she's not really my type, so I haven't necessarily gone that route myself.
Not into an overcocky maniac? Oh, that's sad. Isn't that where we're all headed, to be overcocky maniacs?
No, not necessarily. I mean, to each their own.
I also whisper to Bob, remaining as silent as possible. Is there a way for us to get out of here in case things go down?
Oh, I don't know. We didn't search for any exits as such. That's a little past my purview. I haven't been to this portion of the 5th level. Makes me wish I would have taken her up on our offers, honestly.
Actually, we do have a way out of here. I think this, I don't say it,
Okay.
are Torgs, but Bob doesn't have a Torg. So if I were to, like, flick myself out of here to just be like, you know what, I'm done with you, tink, would Bob remain behind?
Guess you could
Hold him
find
by
out.
the tail.
What if you're like holding on to Bob?
Yeah, what if I just straddle him and like, all right, bye! Taking me and my baby. Man, that bar's really gonna fucking
The
piss.
witch seems to be getting impatient currently, Maleficium, and says, "Do I need to invoke my companion?" Sorry, I was doing a little bit of Bob there. It's hard to switch there.
There's a lot of voices going on right now.
Yeah.
No, we're still negotiating here. We're still negotiating here.
Oh,
Why is it your house made of
Well,
candy?
Both of us want to.
I don't think I've gone in candy. Why wouldn't?
Yeah.
Why in the hell would I? Hell.
Apparently,
why
you have a reputation, and you did not uphold it to Franklin. He is very disappointed. I
Most-
say this with as much heartfelt cynicism as I can.
Franklin
stories,
is
the
under the
witches-
impression.
Yeah, but in both stories, witches have candy houses.
And you
This
ain't
is not a
believe-
candy house.
And you don't believe this is candy, she says, and she just turns around to her guard again that had proffered the heart and squeezed it into a glass for her, and she just gestures, like waving her hand, and the guard bends down and picks up a chunk of the wood off the floor, and she hands it to her, and she just starts munching on it. Tastes like candy to me.
Oh,
God, it's
can I have some?
Yeah, sure. Catch. She tosses you the piece.
Oh,
Go ahead and roll. I'll just roll. I would say it was a sleight of hand to catch it.
okay. Yeah. 5.
Seems like her toss was a little bit more true than what you were expecting, and it went right towards your chest, and you overcompensated, and it landed in your face,
Oh,
and then landed in your arms.
oh, I take a bite.
Constitution.
Uh-oh.
Why?
Save. Hmm,
21.
pretty
Nice.
good.
So, you bite into it, and your first instinct is that this is actually wood. There is no way this is candy. But you're trying real hard, and you just
Ow.
bite a piece off. And as soon as it comes a part of the rest of the whole, it turns into a soft melting, kind of a white chocolatey flavor in your mouth.
Oh my god. Guys, you gotta try this.
I'll take your word for it.
I'm going to investigate it.
I can see Bob just like questioning it. Should I lick the floor?
Are you investigating the floor, Falcona, or are you investigating the piece that Franklin is holding in his hand?
I'm going to investigate the floor.
Go ahead and roll.
Wow. It's a little tough at first, but it eventually just kind of melts in your mouth. Wow.
A 23. Very nice. So you are. What are you doing to investigate? So this is sometimes helpful for the elaboration portion of it and how I might fill in your blanks for you.
Whether it's wood or actually is candy somehow.
Are you touching it? Are you stomping on it? Are you scraping it? What are you doing?
I'm going to flick some pieces off of it with my nail.
Okay. So as you kind of scrape your talons across the floor a little bit, Maleficium is like, "Hey, don't mess up the grain. I've worked real hard on that." And you notice the flakes as they come up off of the floor, though, kind of land around your claws in the gouge that you made, and as they are wood at first, they turn into a white coloration of off to either side, and just are there, but they're not the same color as the wood that they're laying on top of.
I'm going to continue scratching it a little bit, and then I'm going to ask him if he'd be willing to just give us the keys, and I will stop and do our negotiations.
You could roll persuasion. And if you want to, there's something that I've learned more recently, something called an emphasis roll. I would, from Brendan Lee Mulligan, I think his name is, and you would roll a second time. An emphasis roll is you would roll twice, like you would for an advantage or a disadvantage, and the second or of the two rolls, whichever one is farther from 10, that is the roll that you would have.
Ooh, I don't know if I like that.
Interesting.
All right, so I got a 20 and a 21.
Okay, so emphasis on success. So she's like holding her hands up, and she goes, "Wait. It's no need to be so hasty and so degradation about this. I will not be giving anybody any of these keys, as they are not fully in my possession. And that being said, I can and will hold to my bargain of meeting you in front of the door to
In
the
front
Acropolis.
of the door to the necropolis with keys that you
door.
do not have.
Oh, I have them, but
Let's
they
see
are
them.
not in my possession. I'll show you mine if you show me yours, good sir.
You want to see a magic trick?
No, oh God.
I can show my claws further into this floor, and I continue scratching.
And she goes, and I can call on all of my friends as she.
So okay. So
Pricks her fingers
let's circle back here. I like this idea of all of us showing up in front of the door with all the keys. I like this. Let's keep working. This is a positive direction. We were making
Yeah.
momentum here. I like
Yep, nobody's
this.
dying. Great.
How do we so like we can't hold up our end of the bargain if we don't know where the other two keys are. Remember, we have to like go get these keys. I'm sure they're not
So-
easy to find.
yeah,
I'm sure they're not easy to acquire.
My question is, if you know where these other two keys are, why do you not have the other two keys?
Ha! It is a wonderful debate you bring up, and indeed that is where it lies. The other two keys are in an odd position, one of which is with my other sister. And she would not give me the key because she does not believe it is our right to escape this portion of hell or some shit. She's got some higher beliefs. I don't buy into that fuckery.
Higher beliefs. Oh, we have some pretty high beliefs, but there's some merit behind our beliefs.
Well, I find myself to be very persuasive, and so if your sister, you're gonna have to tell us which sister has one. I'm sure we can go persuade said sister in a way that you may not. Right? Sometimes being family doesn't help you in these situations.
Oh, perhaps. Now I've given you something, and you've
Well,
given
where's
me
the
nothing.
other key?
You've not given me one thing when you've been
We
here.
can't. Oh, we're giving you the chance to get out of here. We can't open the door without the keys. You're shooting yourself in the foot here.
We have given you our company.
You haven't given us anything except for a problem in which we need to solve for you so far.
And so far, your company's been nothing but shite. This one scraped up my floor. This one over here was trying to scrape up my circle.
I wasn't trying to scrape up your circle. I was just investigating your circle.
Uh-huh.
I want to look him straight in the eyes. Like, we can either be really good friends or really good enemies. What's it gonna be?
Wait, what?
Odds or evens.
Oh God.
Just roll a d20?
Should I cast Charm
yeah.
Person? Maybe I should just do it. Should I charm her and make us bros?
I like this idea.
All right, it only works for an hour. And then once I'm done, they know they were charmed.
Oh damn. Okay. I don't think we can
I-
get the keys and be at the door in an hour, so we might need that later.
Okay, we'll save that back plan B idea
I
right
have
there.
it too.
I'm going to try to use my insight and determine the true intentions of the witch.
Go ahead, roll insight.
What are your intentions with my daughter?
No, I got a 10.
You
Go
know
ahead.
for pretty certain that she's been honest, if not forthcoming, and you can tell it's probably from more than a lifetime's experience of living in hell. She has gained a lot of this mistrust throughout her many experiences. You're quite certain it's nothing to do specifically with you, and your group. It's just this is how she is. She's not being unforthcoming. She just needs And she kind of expresses this to you, Flint, after you've made that provocation, and she goes, "Well, I'm a really good friend and a horrible enemy. So you take your pick, good sir."
I kind of
Wait,
chuckle
wait.
at that,
Alright,
and
fuck
I'm
it.
like,
So-
that's really good to know. But okay,
So
you want from us, my child, right here in my arms. Is this the only thing you want? You just want living creatures?
You know, this might have been completely a misunderstanding. When I said open up, I will put them back, but I need to see inside of them. The child would be good. I'd also suggested the turtle over there. She gestures towards Franklin, or that large.
You scratching.
And she goes, and I can call on all of my friends as she.
So okay. So
Clicks her fingers
let's circle back here. I like this idea of all of us showing up in front of the door with all the keys. I like this. Let's keep working. This is a positive direction. We were making
Yeah.
momentum here. I like
Yep, nobody's
this.
dying. Great.
How do we? So like we can't hold up our end of the bargain if we don't know where the other two keys are. Remember, we have to like go get these keys. I'm sure they're not
So-
easy to find.
yeah,
I'm sure they're not easy to acquire.
my question is, if you know where these other two keys are, why do you not have the other two keys?
Ha! It is a wonderful debate you bring up, and indeed that is where it lies. The other two keys are in an odd position, one of which is with my other sister. And she would not give me the key because she does not believe it is our right to escape this portion of hell or some shit. She's got some higher beliefs. I don't buy into that fuckery.
Higher beliefs. Oh, we have some pretty high beliefs, but there's some merit behind our beliefs.
Well, I find myself to be very persuasive, and so if your sister, you're gonna have to tell us which sister has one. I'm sure we can go persuade said sister in a way that you may not. Right? Sometimes being family doesn't help you in these situations.
Oh, perhaps. Now I've given you something, and you've
Well,
given
where's
me
the
nothing.
other key?
You've not given me one thing when you've been
We
here.
can't. Oh, we're giving you the chance to get out of here. We can't open the door without the keys. You're shooting yourself in the foot here.
We have given you our company.
You haven't given us anything except for a problem in which we need to solve for you so far.
And so far, your company's been nothing but shite. This one scraped up my floor. This one over here was trying to scrape up my circle.
I wasn't trying to scrape up your circle. I was just investigating your circle.
Uh-huh.
I want to look him straight in the eyes. Like, we can either be really good friends or really good enemies. What's it gonna be?
Wait, what?
Odds or evens.
Oh god.
Just roll a d20?
Should I cast Charm
yeah.
Person? Maybe I should just do it. Should I charm her and make us bros?
I like this idea.
All right, it only works for an hour. And then once I'm done, they know they were charmed.
Oh damn. Okay. I don't think we can
I-
get the keys and be at the door in an hour, so we might need that later.
Okay, we'll save that back plan B idea
I
right
have
there.
it too.
I'm going to try to use my insight and determine the true intentions of the witch.
Go ahead, roll insight.
Your intentions with my daughter.
No, I got a 10.
You
Go
know
ahead.
for pretty certain that she's been honest, if not forthcoming, and you can tell it's probably from more than a lifetime's experience of living in hell. She has gained a lot of this mistrust throughout her many experiences. You're quite certain it's nothing to do specifically with you, and your group. It's just this is how she is. She's not being unforthcoming. She just needs And she kind of expresses this to you, Flint, whenever after you've made that provocation, and she goes, "Well, I'm a really good friend and a horrible enemy. So you take your pick, good sir."
I kind of
Wait,
chuckle at
wait.
that,
Alright, fuck
and I'm
it.
like,
So-
that's really good to know. But okay,
So
you want from us, my child, right here in my arms. Is this the only thing you want? You just want living creatures?
You know, this might have been completely a misunderstanding. When I said open up, I will put them back, but I need to see inside of them. The child would be good. I'd also suggested the turtle over there. She gestures towards Franklin, or that large, Goliath. Art thou there? I don't think I have got your name yet, but
So is this
you've
just
made
like
some good
like
friendly
an open
suggestions tonight.
surgery, just to like exploratory, see what's going
So-
on?
You're going to cut. I just want you to help me understand what this process is, because now I'm incredibly intrigued. You're going to
yes,
cut
yes.
open a child, and it's not going to die.
Oh yes, yes. It will be sedated by all means and sakes, and then I'll just relieve it of its outer organ and enter into its inner organs with a simple spell.
Relieve it of its outer organ.
Yes.
So-
You see that
Skin?
stuff that's
Skin?
on top of you? That's an organ. Your skin?
The
Okay.
skin.
So you're going to remove its skin, and it's not going to die.
Oh, it won't be completely. It'll just be a portion of its skin. I'm not going to flay it.
Okay.
The first
I don't know how
I
else
should
to
laugh at that.
interpret
I should
relieve
laugh at a
it.
baby being flayed. Jesus.
Hey, I don't know
Like,
I don't know how else to interpret relieving it of its outer organ other than removing the skin.
I do so apologize. Some of the technical terminology from my readings aren't quite understandable in under other terms.
Wait.
I apologize.
That's fine. Are you gonna take anything from the baby?
Well, other than knowledge, and we can trade knowledge amicably, and I'll tell you where the last key is. I think that's
You're
a
just
fair
gonna
trade.
look at it?
Yeah, the insight of it, of course.
And it's gonna. This is the part that gets me. I'm like, okay, it's gonna live. I
Oh,
mean, like,
yes.
Better
well,
than it was before, or somehow debilitated?
was it like
No.
After I hear this and like her explanation of this whole scenario, I was like, all right, you are going to be friends with us. We are going to be good friends. You're going to tell us where the last key is, and then we're all going to meet at this door. And I stand up and I reach over to shake her hand while holding the baby.
Hold on, wait.
And
Wait.
wait.
I mean, like, wait. Just so that I understand what's going on. And as I'm saying this, Josh, I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts.
as you do so, she stands up already, clasps forearms of Ash, clasps her forearm and you clasp her forearm, Ash, and she says, "Deal!" And in her thoughts, you hear Griselda, "Oh, it's a good thing I'm honest in this portion of hell." And as you do grasp each other's forearms, Ash, you not only see the earnestness in her eyes, and also the excitement, possibly, of getting to cut into a living being again, and the also feel a sensation, and everyone else sees wrap around, including yourself, Ash, a tendril of some sort of magic across the two forearms. It's a greenish
An
hue.
unbreakable vow.
Okay. So that just happened. We shook hands, and that's enough for me. And I unpack the baby from my person. It's still swaddled, and I pass the baby to her.
Ah, lovely. Oh, this is anyone going to watch the proceedings? If you do, I would ask you to be sanitized by this one over here. And she just points to him. And that's
me.
their name.
I am going to roll to see if Ash would be willing to watch her baby be cut open.
Okay.
Can I help?
No. You can watch, though. Stand outside the circle, and as long as you're there, she pointing like outside of the circle of the table that's in the ground, and including you there, feathered one. Please move away from the circle. It is going to be enacted here shortly, and there'll be a dome over the proceedings, keeping everything sanitized. And she
roll an insight check.
Yeah.
Ash can't do it. She's not gonna watch.
Does she need to hurt this baby? Like it. I guess I'm looking for is like, is she looking to hold up her portion of the deal?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
With the 15, and you see that she's more than excited to open up the individual, and you're quite certain too, even with the look in her eyes, that she knows what she's doing, because she's kind of started to ignore everybody already somehow, even though there are like 6 other people in her private space, which she'd been on guard from before. She took the baby and happily set it on the table, scooted the skull slightly to the side so that it had a view over it, and then she claps her hands and then turns them sideways and spreads them out to either side, and the blood that's on the runes floats up off of the runes and goes over top of her in a sphere and kind of solidifies in this reddish bubble around her almost, and that everyone can still see through. It's still translucent. I know Ash has left the room. Has anyone else left the room at this time? And she also says, "This is the time for any of those who have weak stomachs to please leave before I start."
I'm gonna.
Griselda's gonna stay.
Franklin quick changes into a nurse's outfit, and has a like stack of damp cloths in case the witch needs her brow wiped during the ceremony.
Please stand over here then, little one. She points just behind her.
Right here. Yep, right here. Just let me know.
And if everyone's stomachs are in check, she takes her hand into 2 fingers pointing forward and holds it in front of her and mumbles some things before the baby is laying on the table, sprawled out with the 2 heads and 2 arms and 2 legs, and 1 male genitalia, and she just takes that glowing finger and sets it to the side of their head, the first head, and that one goes to sleep, and then to the next head, and that one goes to sleep. And she takes her hands over top of the baby at the center at the stomach and just spreads to either side, and the flesh parts almost as if it were just a curtain over top of the organs below. No blood seems to be even trickling out from the wound that she's opened in the center of the stomach, and it spreads up to the chest and up to the center of the 2 necks, and then she stops there and kind of looks off, tilts her head. Normally this would take it all the way up. And then she kind of stops and then starts the cut that looks like, again, at the first neck and the second neck, all the way up to across its face, and you're seeing some of the skull and the eye exposed inside of under the skin. And she just pulls out from under the table a notepad with just a couple of bloody prints on it, and she starts taking some notes on it and looking inside of the baby. It looks like it's pretty normal organ makeup here. This is odd though, how the throats and the trachea come together down at the She's muttering to herself as she's sketching the inside of the baby, it looks like.
Can I
You're muted,
tell?
man. Hold on. Jess said something, but she's muted.
I'm listening to this. I'm sorry, but I was like, while this is all happening, I'm just going through her house. I'm just like rifling through everything.
Sure, go ahead and roll an investigation then. Go ahead and Griselda.
Can I tell if the baby is still alive?
It is unclear because other than that you can see with the skin parted, you're at least 99% sure, but like I said, that 1% makes it unclear only because, you're seeing the inside of the baby, but there is a heart pumping, it seems like, that you can see in through the ribs, as you're kind of looking over into the bubble at the table, and then there's also the lungs are deflating and inflating again, it seems like.
Okay.
So it more or less seems alive, but who's and Maleficum turns out to the watching crowd and says, "Do you see this part here?" And she just points to like an internal portion of the baby that seems to be a smaller organ.
Can I tell what organ it is?
History.
The 14.
You're pretty sure that it's one of the useless organs that occurs in most people, called the philtrum. Philtrum. That's a thing. I just googled
I'm
it.
gonna tell her that that's what it is.
And she goes, "That's behind the. Oh, that's behind the nose. I'm pointing at its. Let me see if there was anything.
Is that a gallbladder?
No, philtrum is something to do with the nose. I just looked it up. It's like allows molecules collected, can signal, blah 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 blah. I was seeing if there's anything related to the chest because that's what I was imagining she was pointing, but there isn't anything that's useless in that
No,
vicinity.
your
It's like,
gallbladder-
yeah,
In a
this red thing
human,
that's
in a
pumping.
human.
Well,
Useless.
so wait. So
The appendix.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's lower abdomen
Yeah.
area though.
You did say the trachea was going down. You could just say it's a secondary stomach or a third lung.
it could be the thymus gland. It's located behind
Well-
your sternum. It's in between your lungs. It's only active until puberty, and then after puberty, it slowly like shrinks down and kind of just disappears.
Oh, well then
Mm.
she says.
Most of the time. Sometimes it turns into a tumor, and you do have to get it surgically removed. But
Interesting.
yeah,
So
my
she-
grandma had to have hers removed.
She says, "No, it's not the philtrum. It's the thalamus." You said thalamus, right?
Thymus. THYMUS.
It's the thymus, and then she goes on to explain that exact thing. It is yet to develop in this particular specimen, as it is yet to hit puberty. It will get larger at that point, and I was curious of whether or not, too, if it would persist in such an individual, but it seems to. Seems rather healthy, though. It's good to note. You should tell the mother when she receives her baby back that should develop quite nicely, although it might have some personality issues, considering, the two heads and all, and trying to consult individuality and such. But, whatever floats the boat, and she just starts taking her hands from either side and closing the baby back up, happy with her sketch, it seems like, and swaddles it back up all nice, and then taps the side of its head, and they kind of flutter their eyes open before before kind of
Wow.
nodding back to sleep and breathing softly.
Out of
And then-
curiosity,
Close the bubble or open the bubble around them.
does it seem to have one set of organs or two?
One set.
That was really
besides the
cool.
2 throats.
I rolled. What did I roll? I forget already.
Investigation.
I rolled an 8 on an investigation.
Thank you. So you are kind of rifling through stuff, and you're frustrated with the situation, feeling inadequate as a parent and such too, because you just left your child.
Yeah, I
alone with-
figured. I was just like, my baby is open. I don't know what the
So-
fuck that means, and I'm just going through her shit.
So you find like one particular plant that you know of that is like that glows in the dark, and you're like, I'm taking this, and you just put it in your bag.
This is mine now.
You would take my baby, I'll take your plants. Fuck you.
It weirdly sounds like me, actually. Like me in real life.
Yep.
But-
You're not wrong.
She says to the group, "You can call the mother back in. It's all safe now."
Sure. Hey, I have a quick question for you. Because you were interested in getting a load of this big boy, and I slapped my shell.
Oh, now he's volunteering himself? Oh, God.
Oh, not volunteering. I assume our original deal is now complete. But
Yes, you are free to pass from this villa safely.
what if I volunteered myself? Would you give me a really cool tattoo?
I'm not
Like a
very
magical tattoo?
I'm not
No.
very artistic. My sister's a bit more on that side. Might inquire with her.
Sure. Would she be interested in getting into this big boy?
Not quite sure on that note.
Well, I mean, like, take a look. Like, is she inclined in the same way you?
I think her particular persuasion is less plants and more animals, so you might have some
Oh, cool. Okay.
ends on that note.
Sweet. I want to get a tattoo, guys.
Yeah, maybe we can, persuade his sister or her sister. Whenever we get there, to let her open you up, and then
For the
Yeah.
key.
for the
For the
key.
key.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. Maybe I tattoo, please, as well, if we can. But yeah, if we could just do this without a fight, that'd be great.
Yeah. Now we have a plan.
Yeah,
Ah,
so speaking of keys, what about the other key?
Ah, yes. Well, the other key seems to have been residing with the dwarves last I'd checked. They were quite keen on keeping it, just as they are quite the hoarders, if you're unaware.
wait, meta check. Didn't one of our party already have a key?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Somebody
Did
had a
Rubik have a
key.
key?
You
Wasn't
said
it
meta
from
check.
Myra?
You said
Yeah,
meta
Josh.
check, so yes.
Yeah, meta check. Yeah.
Correct.
Because we just talked about it last game,
Yes.
and that's why we
And
were headed to the witch.
Vamira did have the key.
Okay. I wasn't saying anything as I wasn't sure if we wanted to tell her, but
I was assuming that was the case too, because I know Mame and yourself knew of that situation so far
Mhm.
and that development, as well as Ash. Actually, I think because Vamira.
Yeah, 'cause we had discussed it with Warren.
And
Great. So just the one witch that we have to go make a deal with. Oh wait, hold on. Mrs. Witch Lady, I forget her name. Maleficence.
Maleficium.
Maleficium. That's nice. That's really beautiful. You don't hear
Yes,
that very much
I've,
these days.
No, thank you. It is actually
Oh.
after one of my favorite flowers. It's kind.
Oh, that's really nice. Is it one of the ones you have outside?
Actually, no. It is one of the ones that I had to leave behind on Earth.
Oh
The
my
Taurus.
god.
Taurus.
If I find one, I will get it for you, and I'll bring it back here for you.
That is very kind
Anyway,
of you.
if we go see your sister, is there anything we could bring her that will, like, get us on a good foot with her immediately?
She seems a little uncomfortable at that
Does she like
comment,
chocolate or like babies, like you like babies, or
and she kind of looks around and
you said animals, so
says it as she kind of like takes a deep breath and says, "Well, she has the odd preference towards collecting such the phalluses of all the creatures that have passed in her life."
That
You
is quite
say
an interesting collection.
Bitch, where's Zeph's backpack when you need it?
Are they related?
Oh my!
Plot twist, it is Zeph.
you finally arrived. Of course, I have a key. Well, that's really good information. Thank you. Would you like a bug?
What
They take
sort
like
of
popcorn shrimp.
bug, though, is it?
Oh, it's like a little larval guy. Here, come on out, guys. Come on.
I'll take a bug.
Oh, here you go.
Thank you.
They're crunchy.
Falkna, are you eating the bug?
Yeah, I'm gonna eat the bug.
Constitution, I would say, probably with advantage in your case.
Yeah.
Also, did they take out that little gland thing?
No, she just kind of pointed at it.
Oh, okay. I saw a bunch of arms and stuff downstairs. Do you have like a scrap pile? My little friends are getting hungry and I gotta feed them. I gave them a sandwich before, but I think they like decayed flesh more.
And she holds out her hand for one of the bugs. I'm assuming you would place into it. She looks at it and goes, "Ah, well, that's just one of the dire cricket larvae. They're so prolific in this quagmire that I generally
delicious.
use them for fertilizer. But you know what? Just this one I will maintain and grow into a small thing. Maybe my sister would like one now that you've brought her up again. We don't talk
Yeah.
very much.
Well, this
because-
is a perfect opportunity. You could raise this little cricket up right, and then give it a little cricket house, and then give it to your sister. Maybe go on a picnic. You guys, reconcile, become sisters again. She
That
could
might
join
be
your coven.
That might be pushing some things.
Hey,
But
you have to
it's
have
a
goals in
wonderful
life.
imagination that you have there. Franklin, I think it was. And she
Yes.
sets the bug down next to the remnants of the squished out heart, and it starts eating the rest of the heart. And she kind of gestures to one of the guards. Again, it looks like puppeting, and says, "Oh, one moment on that flesh you requested."
Sure.
And what are you going to give me there in return? I do so like deals. It is one of my few things that I get to enjoy here in this portion of hell, considering that we can't
Well, he
die.
just gave you a bug.
Oh yes, good.
Yeah, a
point,
chance to
goodness.
reconcile with your sister,
And she gestures to the. She keeps gesturing to the guard, who is slowly going over to a grate in the floor. You guys are realizing are there, and stands over it and looks like it lowers a pair of shears of some sort down into the pit, and you hear some moaning from it as the shears get closer, and then you hear the moaning turn into more of a screaming, just
There's a
and
charger right here.
coming from the shears up to the top of the grated pit, and the guard leans down and pulls out the thing attached to the shears now, which seems to be an ear, a very large ear, but an ear.
Oh, wow,
and
that's so
hands it to
fresh.
her, and she hands the ear to Franklin.
This is so fresh. You guys must have a really good refrigeration system. And I stick the ear up between my shoulder blade, between my back and my shell, or into my shell, for all my little critter friends to enjoy. A little bit of blood runs down my shoulder.
As they
Why
nom
do you
on the
look
ear.
over, Franklin? Like, how often do you clean that thing, Franklin?
Well, I was raised you should clean your shell normally once every month or so, but so far as I've been down here, we haven't really found any showers or like a clean stream that isn't on fire.
I feel like that's Mommy's gonna hold that as like a thing to look out for in the future. It's like Franklin's shell getting disgusting.
I'd like to turn it into a big hive for all my
So-
friends to live in.
So, a
As you
side
take
note. Speaking of things going disgusting, Mommy, do you still have your shoes on?
Do
Forgot.
they come with me?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yep. They're still there.
which
I'd imagine those are getting pretty squishy at this point.
you guys all notice now to Griselda pointing to them the skulls of two goblins that are on Mame's feet that you just assumed were heads that she was walking in as shoe, and now Griselda's calling them shoes, which are their flesh is basically melting off of the skulls currently, but are still seeming to fit nicely to Mame's feet.
Oh, that looks comfortable.
And Falkna, you are nomming on that grub that Franklin had given you, and you're feeling.
Yeah, I rolled a 19 and a 9.
And that was with advantage, so the 19 was what stuck, and you were feeling slightly refreshed from it, but because your beak comes down and beak noises clap. I can't make those. I don't have one of those. Is chomping away at it, kind of slurps up the last of it, and you're feeling slightly like you just had a good old snack.
I look at Franklin. I say, thanks. It reminded me a little bit of home.
Hey, you're welcome. It's a good source of protein. I figure travel rations.
Hubble rabble?
I'm in the
Well,
room
hey, it was
now.
really nice to meet you, Mrs.
Maleficent.
Maleficari.
Melissa,
Maleficicario.
It was nice to meet you,
Malefica.
Malaka.
Call her M for short.
Numahakamakiaki Lunamore.
Gesundheit.
Thank you.
Aloha.
It was nice meeting you.
So, before we
Oh, I'd
head off
love
to
to.
your sisters,
Get to know any of you better, and she says with a wink.
I'm 13, ma'am.
Age is just a number.
I mean, you're like 300 and something.
before we head off to your sisters, I believe part of the original deal was that you tell us a little more about where we might be able, any information you have about getting to Satan.
I don't remember that part of the deal. I heard somebody saying something that they wanted to fuck Satan, and I couldn't help with that one.
And we need to find Satan.
Oh, well, he's not in this level of hell, Missy. And if
We're aware.
you're interested in the fortifications of such, he's quite fond of such things. I'm not sure if you've read of his adventures, one might call them.
In order to fuck him, we gotta find him first.
Indubitably, sir.
No, we are aware. We are actually, hold on, let me flip to my notes. We're aware that he is in the ninth circle. However, just a little lost as to how to get there.
Yeah, that part's not real clear to anyone. From being completely honest here, I mean, do you have some way of navigating hell I ain't known about? Wish there was a goddamn fucking platform lift or some shit.
That
Goddamn,
would
we need some Google Maps.
make things a lot easier. No, we've just gotten lucky so far.
Wait a minute. Or
Don't duck a cube a thingamajigger. Is that this campaign?
Yeah, I just didn't want to tell her about that.
Okay, I didn't know if we wanted to tell her. I'm thinking out loud. Okay. If we don't want to see if
Oh.
she knows how to work it, that's fine.
I also was wondering what information you had on the 13th plane.
Oh, well, that be where Manipulus is. At least so the legend says.
And have you maybe heard of any information as to how to get there?
Again, I'm not real sure. To be blatantly obvious, I'm just hoping that the demon who resides in the Acropolis is willing to do some dealings. As I've dealt with demons in the past, they have the deals and contracts and such to get my ass out of hell.
So basically, you haven't tried to do anything in 30 or 300 years except get the key. You haven't tried to go into any other levels or do anything else with your time.
So
I
sassy.
mean,
So
why in the
fucking
hell would I want to
savage.
get to another part of hell? This one seems horrible enough.
because then you might be able to have sex with Satan.
I want nothing to do with his dirty dick.
He might give you a pineapple. Who knows?
I don't even know what a pineapple would be. That sounds horrible. Is it pokey?
Aye.
Kind of.
Depends on what you do with it.
Less invasive.
While this conversation's going on, I just march over to her. And is she holding my child or is he on the table?
Oh, she is definitely holding it and proffering him, or them rather, to you as you walk up to into the room. You know, Ash.
I'm gonna take my baby and then I'm gonna like go over to Bob and just kind of kneel down next to him and unwrap my baby and inspect it.
And it seems well intact, including the phallus.
So you haven't heard any you haven't even heard any information as to the other levels of hell?
They keep things a little tight-lipped around here. If you ain't figured it out yet, Missy, they're pretty fond of mysteries. If you've tried to figure anything out, everything's been shut down real quick. I think it has something to do with the way that the world has been created in the first place, being that we're inside of Tareth. If you're unaware, being Tareth, there's the plane where you possibly came from, the upper worlds. And currently in Hell, we are in the underbelly, the nether regions of Tareth. So, no one likes to talk about the nether regions. What you got going down there?
What you got going on down there?
I'm gonna
Oh.
look at her and wink and be like, "Wouldn't you like to know?"
Aye.
And then be like, "All right, off to your sisters, I guess.
There's a good transition. Kinky one, if I say so. We aren't like that, though, kind of sisters. But have fun! Hopefully she's nicer to you than she is to me.
Goodbye, Maleficium.
You're gonna want to head due east, by the way.
Due east from right here. Okay. I wrap my baby up and I thank her politely and kind of give her a nod. And I'm just like, all right, come on, Bob. And I march out of the room.
I'm going to leave the room as well.
Yeah, me as well.
The guard follows everyone. I'm moving you guys back from the door so that I can... There we go.
I curtsy.
Leads the way out, and she says, I just follow the guard out. He'll lead you the way. And if you wander off track, he'll smack you one good.
Boy. Threaten me with a good line.
Can I, Oh, man. Should I bring some of this candy with me? That'd
All
be
the
rude.
candy.
I don't know. She got really
That'd
mad
be rude.
at her floor.
That's true. I won't. But
I mean, this
nice
is her
to
home.
know. Yeah, that's true. I'm glad to know that it's all the stories were in fact true. That was the most important thing we learned today.
All right. With that, since we're out, I don't know if this is a good place to stop or not, but I have to roll back.
I think so. I think it's
Yeah,
a
I
great
think it's
time.
a good stopping point.
Yeah.
Hi,
Great.
my name is Franklin.
Guys, we did it. We got to the witch's house. We met with the witch, and we left the house.
With
so
the we only had to partially sell the baby.
Great. Now we still have our bargaining chip.
Yeah.
Truth.
Baby currency.
And Franklin skin.
Yep.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
by the sound of it, you might be selling some foreskin and more some.
Yeah, Franklin, how do you feel about being a eunuch?
Yeah, are you willing to give us?
Well, I mean, I've never been. I was never stipped as a child, so you know, it still kind of pokes out like a little turtle head.
So wait, if we
Wait.
snip it and then
Uh,
use healing hand, does it grow back?
I have no
Oh.
idea. Well,
No, I
would it
think it
work
would
on your?
just- I don't think healing hand grows back things.
My
Look at the
answer to-
person whose hand is missing.
My answer to every question of that sort is always, you can always try.
Try it. See what happens.
Let's just give it a snip and test this theory.
Just
But
right
in your
outside
head,
this lady's house.
You already know what's gonna happen.
Oh, boy.
Hurry up.
I am out of here. Good session. Proud of us.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah.
Welcome new member.
Yeah.
And it was great having you.
Yeah.
Yep. Hope you had a
Yeah.
good time.
Mhm.
Big boy.
Bye.
Boy.
Bye.
Bye, guys.